Welcome, everybody, to Whittaker MMA DFS podcast. I'm your host, Jeff, aka Wigspitter, aka Wiggy Wiggleston. You can find me on Twitter at JEFBO. You can follow us on Twitter at wise_take. If you're not already a wisetake.com subscriber, if you head on over to our Twitter account, we have a special running for the rest of the NHL season. $24.99 for the rest of the NHL season. These guys are putting out amazing content. They're teaching you roster construction, proper line stacking. I mean, these guys are doing an amazing job. Now, getting into UFC 234, Robert Whittaker versus Kevin Gastelum. I'm a little concerned about the main event happening. Hopefully, that picture of Kevin Gastelum with a ringworm on his face, like right here. Hopefully that's treatable. I'm not too familiar with ringworm, but hopefully it's treatable and the fight goes on. Hopefully there's no fuckery that goes on along with this main event card. But I'm gonna give you 3 picks to start your fight out with, your card out with. I'm gonna start out with a lot of high submission upside or potential underdog wins. You're going to have to try to find an underdog that's going to have the potential of pulling off a victory. And I'm going to go with Kalin Potter at 7,500 going up against Jalen Turner. If you think about this in the context of Jalen Turner, he's young. I believe he's only 24, 25 years old. He's 7-4 career. He's 0-1 in the UFC. He's coming off of a brutal knockout loss at the hands of Vicente Luque. Round 1, I remember that fight. It was bad. Kalin Potter's going to be fighting in his hometown, or home country anyways. He's going to have the crowd behind him. A couple of his teammates are fighting on the card as well. At 7,500, if he's able to avoid the knockout, because Turner is a knockout artist as well. He has 3 or 4 first-round finishes by knockout. Potter has been knocked out before in his career, I believe 3 times. Turner does have power, does have speed, but I think the bright lights of the big stage and traveling all the way to Australia may have a little bit of factor involved in this. So I think Kalin Potter is a live underdog at 7,500. If he's able to pull off a decision victory, 3-round submission victory, 3-round decision victory at 7,500, he's definitely going to pay off his salary. Depending on how the striking goes between these two guys, I think his experience and potentially his well-rounded fight skill set should play into factor against Jalen Turner with a potential upset at 7,500. I like Kalin Potter. And then the next fighter is Montana De La Rosa going up against Nadia Kassem. Kassem just did not look good in her last fight. Let's see, where is she at? Against Alex Chambers. Alex Chambers is very slow and plodding with her striking, and she just let Nadia Kassem stay in the fight. Montana De La Rosa is very athletic. Kassem's she's gonna have to avoid throwing a lot of leg kicks because De La Rosa is very good at catching those leg kicks and using that as either a sweep trip. As she's holding the leg, she'll sweep the opposite leg, or she'll push for a single leg takedown. And then when she's on the ground, she's vicious with her submissions. I see De La Rosa pulling off a 2nd-round submission against Nadia Kassem, and definitely putting up potentially 4 or 5 takedowns in the first round if she doesn't get that first-round submission. But I could see her getting 4 or 5 takedowns in this fight. With the submission victory, she could score close to 100 points at 8,800. That's definitely exceeding value. And then the last one, this is a boom or bust play because Ricky Simone is a tough dude. He's going to be a smaller fighter going up against Rani Yahya. Simone is he's very gritty. and since he has a shorter stature than majority of the fighters that he fights, he tends to want to get in close and just grind his opponents. So I see if potentially, if Yahya can't get the body triangle and potentially get the rear naked choke, that it could be a grindy fight. But a boomer bust play, GPP play at 8K, Ronnie Yahya is the guy he wants. He definitely has that first round submission ability. He's going to spam the takedowns. I believe in his career he's gone for over 100 takedowns, even though he's only landed 34 of them. He doesn't give up. He literally will just continue to go for takedowns, as well as he uses his punching and leg kicks to close distance. He could chop out the leg and just use it to immobilize Simon. But Simon is a bull in a china shop. He's going to always come forward. Potentially that could be bad if Yahya gets a trip and then is able to get the body triangle with the submission. He's definitely going to pay off that salary at $8,000. If you use these three fighters to start your lineup out with, you have $8,566 left. It could be beneficial for you to rock out some of these higher priced guys in your lineup. A lot of these underdogs are very iffy. I think Kalin Potter is one of the ones that has a better opportunity to win. I think Wiligi Burin is another underdog at 7,700. He's going to have to spam the takedowns as well at 7,700 and push Martinez and just grind him with takedowns. But he doesn't have a high volume of striking, so he's more of a GPP play as well. Those are the three fighters that I like so far. Kalin Potter, Montana De La Rosa, and Ronnie Yahya. De La Rosa and Yahya have high submission upside in the possible early rounds. I think De La Rosa is definitely she's a step above Gastelum in her development and her overall fighting skill. Yahya, same thing, experience over youth. I think Simon is going to fall into the trap and get that Brazilian backpack and get submitted. Kalin Potter, I think he's going to grind the fight out for a decision victory, so I think he's definitely worth a shot at 7,500, especially fighting in front of his home country. If you made it this far, I'd like to thank you guys for listening to me talk about MMA and DFS. If you can head on over to wisestake.com, you can sign up for an MMA single event pass for $4.99. You'll get access to the premium article that I put out Friday afternoon. Pacific time, usually between 1 and 2 Pacific time. And then you'll also gain access to the 24-hour day, 7-day chat room on the website. You'll gain access to the live stream day of the event with a question and answer show at the end of the show, as well as a cheat sheet that I have developed on the website. You'll gain access to all that. Also, if you are interested in playing other sports, or if you play other sports right now, if you head on over to Twitter, you'll see our Twitter feeds are blowing up with green screens and some huge wins. We just had Stereo Gimmick. Shout out to Stereo Gimmick. He won $100,000 in the $15 donkey a couple days ago. G Tucker won a couple $1,000s in NHL. We're running, like I said in the beginning of the show, NHL's running a special right now for $24.99 for the rest of the season. That's a great deal. Those guys, the Hoff and Brewmatic, are pumping out some great content. But if you play all sports or a majority of the sports, let's say you play NBA and you play NFL, and you want to dabble in MMA, and you want to get into NASCAR PGA, pick up the All Sports Monthly Pass. It's $24.99. You'll gain access to all the written articles by our experts. You'll also get VIP access to the Slack chat, as well as all projection models that are updated every day, multiple times a day, so we stay up to date with all the content. Strategy sessions are available, and then live streams the day of the event. there is a lot that goes involved in the at wisestake.com, and you can join in on the action for a fairly decent price. Once again, thank you again for taking the time out to listen to me talk about MMA and DFS and plug wisestake.com. This is a great community, bunch of great guys. All our subscribers are great people. They have been making money as well as sharing their knowledge to help other people make money. So, with that being said, thank you again. I appreciate you guys taking the time out. If you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, leave us those 5-star reviews. It helps us climb the charts. If you're listening to, or if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then head on over to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at JEFPO if you have any questions or if you just want to chop it up about MMA. I'm available. My DMs are open. So I appreciate it. You guys have a great day. And as always, have fun, be safe, and make that money. Yes.